What is the coolest part about being, the marketing director or the marketing head at Ruckus?
You get to travel.
This is Rishikesh Shetty. I'm the CEO and founder at the company Exito. We are a global B2B events company. We curate conferences, trade shows, and exhibitions across the globe since 2010. In a world where marketing is evolving faster than ever, CMOs are becoming transformational leaders. Brands are being built on TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Marketeers are looking for more than just a spreadsheet. They need real conversations. And that is what we are trying to build with this podcast. The Brief is the name of the podcast. We are here to bridge this gap by inviting top CMOs, marketing directors of enterprises who are involved with B2B marketing and share with us their case studies, real-time experiences from where marketing leaders and aspiring marketing leaders and marketing managers can learn from. So Nandita, welcome to The Brief.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So I think every great story starts with the start, right? So from my perspective, people, start with engineering, then jump into marketing. How did you land up in B2B marketing or rather tech marketing and landed up as the marketing head at Ruckus?
So I started my journey with HCL Technologies. So that answers your question, why tech? Because my starting career landed in technology. And it was the first role which I had was campaign management, which was, we just used to, take campaigns to the markets, directly to the customers. So we were the execution part. We were not the campaign creators, but we were campaign executors. So that is what my first job was. We were doing night shifts, calling people in US just to pitch our solutions.
This was cold calling?
This was cold calling.
Okay.
So I started from there, scratch. I learned technology. It was not a one-day thing. It was a process which I undertook.
Mm-hmm.
And starting your career with basics, how to pitch your solutions rightly and at what time to the customers, that helped me a lot, because in the whole process, you understand customer psyche, you understand how the market works, because it was an international market for us. So, that gave me a perspective of how the entire B2B works for us. After that, I think, it was all technology-oriented jobs I did. I was part of the reseller marketing community. Then I landed up also did 3 years marketing in distributor.
So you're also an engineer by degree?
No, I am a management person.
All right.
I did my MBA.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I did my business management, bachelor's in business management.
Okay.
So I did my master's in marketing. So marketing always excited me. In my college days itself, I had done numerous projects on the ground, learning about how marketing works, talking to the customers. I am a field person. I don't want to sit behind on the laptop and, work on data sheets and Excel sheets. So that is what excited me. Conversations, those were my key.
So sales, I think, was the start, and then it slowly moved to marketing.
Yeah, you can say that, but we were part of marketing team.
Right. So let's go a little bit behind the scenes. What is the coolest part about being, the marketing director or the marketing head at Ruckus?
You get to travel.
and what is your typical day like?
Yeah. So my day starts with data.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most important for me as a marketing head, if you say, because what my team is working on, I need to have a view.
Mm-hmm.
Are those campaigns, are those activities really working for us?
Okay.
So that is something which has kind of been a journey for all of us in the marketing space. I think all the marketers out there will agree with me, because in the historical scenario, if you see, marketing was all about, doing the last mile and then just, not going back to what we have done, what was the data, what is the data showing, whether this campaign is worth it, not worth it. We just do a campaign, give them the results, and that's it. We just do an event, and we don't see how that event has impacted us.
Right.
So all those data analysis and data management is the key thing which my day starts with. I want to see which campaigns have worked for us, which needs overhauling. And then, I would also like my team not to be confined within what they have, resources in hand, but also look out of the box. And, I always do a creative session with my team, how we can do this better, how we can, create more buzz around it or make more impactful. Because nowadays I'm asked questions from finances like, how has marketing impacted the behavior?
Okay.
Not only the sales, but also the behavior of the customer. So those kind of questions, if you have to answer, you really have to look into your, data which is coming.
Right. So I'll get into the AI bit later because I think that has probably made your job a little easier. But I think you're in a very crowded place,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I mean, so many
Competition.
tech companies, so much of competition. How do you make Ruckus stand out? I mean, rather, how do you stand apart from the crowd, from the noise, rather?
So I would say, B2B marketing has changed a lot when it comes to how do you reach out to your customers. And you accept it or not, but most of our decision makers are Gen Z now, right? They have a different mindset, and it's difficult to build trust with them.
Yeah.
It's a journey. They don't trust anyone like that, which, historically, if you see, it was just we met at the event. Okay, you guys are good. Let's just take the product. That doesn't happen right now.
Anymore, yeah.
It's like a journey with the Gen Z.
Yeah.
And that has changed the B2B marketing landscape. So when you say, how do you cancel the noise? You have to build advocates, okay? It's just not that, okay, today I met 5 customers, okay, next day I'm again meeting some new 5 customers. No. You have met those 5 customers a day before, you have to be in touch with them.
Of course.
Okay, so it's a journey. I think if we have, it's not, plus what has changed is now there are no more multiple touch points from marketing perspective. You can't be sending unlimited mailers and then, talk about events. It's just 10-second video to the customer. Either you are in or you're out.
Right.
Because their mind works differently. So the decision making has changed. If you have to really stand out from your competition, I think what I do is push my team and myself to create content which is relevant, which is intent based.
Okay.
Not like, you're sending out generic mailer or generic content. Why Ruckus? That doesn't work.
Work anymore.
So if you know your customers' needs, you talk about that.
Right. Yeah, I think, like I said, there's a lot of noise. So can you give us an example or rather a project that you executed within marketing that you're really proud of and that really worked?
Sure. So I think picking up from my last answer where I said that we have to have targeted marketing, targeted content and intent marketing. I think what we did was something for a specific vertical, which really, resulted into very specific and targeted pipeline, which we generated. Because Ruckus is always known for, building a lot of good products and solutions for the targeted verticals which we deal in. We don't go to masses, we go to classes. So it's like...
So I think you're a very niche solution
yes,
as well, right?
Yeah. Not niche, we target niche verticals like
verticals.
Hospitality or manufacturing or, retail or large public venues like stadiums,
right.
Convention centers. So our play area is different.
Right.
So if you have to gather attention of these decision makers, you have to talk in their language what makes sense to them. So what we did was we did these kind of roadshows, and then we did digital. So everything was built in an integrated campaign, but it was for a focused vertical.
Okay.
So I would say vertical marketing has worked
A lot
best.
for you.
Yeah, best.
So you're talking, in sense, I think you're talking their language if it's a manufacturer.
Basically use cases.
Use cases, right.
Let's say for example, if a manufacturing client comes to me and say that, Nandita, okay, I'm looking for something which cancels, the networking, Wi-Fi disturbances around my area, because manufacturing is a chaotic environment, right?
Right.
And for our access points to work, we have to be really good to kind of work in those hard environment, because you have signals crossing across, you have machines working, you have access point working. So how do you match the entire thing? So those kind of problem statements, and then talk in their own language, that helps a lot.
Great. I think we talked about the noise in the market, how you stand apart. Your successful project, one of the successful projects that you implemented. Tell us another story where you had a marketing setback and that converted into success, and which you're really proud of.
Setback as in?
A challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for us, the challenge is, let's say, if you are working in so many competition coming up, and Indian customers are really price sensitive. Plus, across Asia, if you see, you have a lot of other players, Indian-born players also coming up. So challenge was that how to kind of retain our leadership in a particular vertical. Okay, so let's say, for example, we are the leaders in hospitality. Any
Right.
hotel you see, they are our clients. So the challenge, if you say, if you have to retain that hospitality base for us, so how do we do that? Okay, I mean, it was a challenge, but again, accepted in terms of, you create. We are a known brand. We don't have to create brand awareness. It just, you have to tell them that, okay, we are still here in the market. Partners are, talking about us. So you have to build an entire ecosystem around it.
Right.
If you alone, you will say, okay, we are the leaders, nobody will talk about it. So if you have advocates, again, I would say, like customer advocates who can tell your story to the prospects who are for us, that impacts a lot.
Okay.
So we do these case studies, references, videos, and create noise around what we already do good, but also to re-emphasize a lot of facts. But, honestly, if as an OEM you do it, no, but it doesn't go very well, with the audience. If a customer who is a peer talks about it, that makes sense.
So a happy customer brings more customers. So I think a takeaway from this is make sure that I think we deliver up to expectation or even more. And I'm sure, your customers will become your advocates.
Yes.
Right? How do you differentiate an Indian market? Because I believe you manage the APAC market, right?
Sure.
So how do you differentiate a price-sensitive market like India with, say, Southeast Asia, right? Because I'm sure your strategies for India would be quite different than what you would do in Southeast Asia, or you feel it's the same?
I think it's a wrong conception that only India is price sensitive. Everywhere you go, it's the same story.
Okay.
So it's just that, in some markets, you really have mature markets like Australia, New Zealand, Japan, where customer understands what goes behind the scene to make a product or a solution for them. But here in India, we have options. Make in India is coming, right? So that's a good thing, but only thing is for us to work in this scenario, like for China, it's make in China, right?
Yeah.
If you go to China and try to get business out of there, you have a lot of Chinese brand to face. So it's not only India. I think everywhere it's the same story.
Right.
Only thing which sets apart is India has a lot of opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
which other countries as mature markets
Don't
have saturated.
saturated. Okay.
So for a brand like us,
Mhm.
you know, it's a big opportunity to tap Indian market,
Mhm.
but also traditionally how we have done businesses in other markets. I think there is scope of doing more,
Mhm.
which is our target as marketing team this year. But yeah, India is special, of course, because there is a lot of thrust across globe on India.
Yeah.
So a lot of our entire R&D sits here.
Right.
So it's like the soul sits here, even if you work anywhere.
Anywhere, right?
So yeah.
Great. So let's dive into digital, right? Digital marketing. I know it might not apply a lot to B2B marketing because while you don't need to be present, but you have to be present in places like Facebook and Instagram. So from the work that you do, which platform has worked best for you, right? And where do you capitalize on the most?
So I think we have tried every platform. Works best. I think LinkedIn is the best platform you have worked because it's more content based and relevant content. Facebook is more personal. I think
Yeah.
nobody would like to see a Ruckus ad on Facebook. So yeah, I mean, but they would love to see Louis Vuitton or for that matter a B2C brand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think LinkedIn is the best platform and YouTube.
Great.
Yeah.
And how do you make sure you have maximum impact coming out of this? Because I think for many marketeers who also, watching this over here, many people post on LinkedIn, right? But from your perspective, what works, right? What do you think people should be doing?
Correct. So if you see, LinkedIn, again, as you mentioned, it's a crowded platform, right? Everybody is there.
Yeah.
And every professional is also there. Like our decision makers are there on LinkedIn.
Right.
So if you have to reach to them, you have to talk to them, then there are good, tools which LinkedIn provides, like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, LinkedIn AI, LinkedIn video content, learning. So all those tools really help a lot because once you start building it up from your, within your community, again, it is all about creating a community which talks about you.
Okay.
So if you have to be standing out of the clutter, you just need 5 to 7 people who talks about you daily. That's it.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, and YouTube, it's the most powerful because video is the most powerful content piece any marketer should work on because the attention span nowadays is very less of anyone. So if you have a 5-second pitch, 10-second pitch, that will do.
You have a lot of, how do you push people to YouTube? Because I think your customers are there on LinkedIn, but do you see them also going to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So if they follow you on YouTube, we have a lot of followers. We promote them through our website, through our digital platforms, through social media like LinkedIn or, all those other platforms. So YouTube, I think a lot of people watch.
So I think a takeaway from this for people within the B2B space, what sort of content do you think they should be driving and that has also worked for you?
As I said, video and, people have now come up with interactive videos, right? I mean, something which is AI is giving boon to us in terms of how do you start a conversation within with the client, like a interface with the client. Okay, is this your question? Okay, this is my answer.
Right.
Something like that. So interactive tools are coming up. I think those will be beneficial for us. And how do you position yourself? I think videos are the best tools. Along with that, I think we should talk about more references in the video which people can relate to.
You mean testimonials?
Testimonials or let's say
case studies.
A scenario, a situation.
Right.
It can be a comic, cartoon, that's fine. But you have to relate to audience.
Right. So how do you stay ahead of, the marketing curve or rather the social media trends, if you can tell us an interesting tool that you might have discovered, because I think you have to stay ahead of your curve, I think, if you want to be successful in marketing, right? So, and there are so many tools which gets released every week, if I'm not wrong. If you can tell us something interesting that you discovered maybe lately that has worked for you.
Honestly, I get across a lot of these as part of my role, but honestly, I've not seen any tool which has given us 100% success. It's a learning curve, as you mentioned. You cannot stay ahead, but you can stay on the curve. That is what I will say.
Okay.
Because staying ahead doesn't make sense. You have to pick, because marketing is all about what exists for you. That is your main source of intelligence.
Data.
What not lies in the future, right? Because
Right.
if you don't hear what your customers are saying now, you will not be able to look into the future.
Yeah.
So that is the main thing. I don't think, what I would be interested to see is a lot of these intent-based tools which have come up, which kind of takes you through the customer and buyer journey, which tells you, what has interested more, in terms of, is there a asset interaction which has affected the behavior of the buyer, or is it like, he went to my website was awesome, so he kind of cracked the deal. So I would like to really understand if these intent-based tools would really work for marketers. But as of now, as I said, these are just in development.
Could you name a few tools that you maybe...
No, I will not take names.
All right. But I think, at least for the audience, what do you think people could use fundamentally in marketing?
Like dashboards, if you see, there is a Power BI is one of the good tool which we use for our dashboard, CMO dashboards. But again, it is an indicative tool. It's a dashboard. It's not a data source.
Right.
So for me, I work with Salesforce and Power BI, and Marketo is one of my tool which gives me Marketo insights, analytics,
Right.
how my buyer has come to my website, where he has landed, which page, he has spent time, which form he has clicked. So all that buyer analytics, I'm using Marketo for that.
Right.
So that gives me at least to my ISR or to my salesperson to understand, what buyer has gone through from our touch points and what is he interested in.
Right.
So those are some of the tools I use, depends.
So this is very interesting. Okay. In every organization, there's always some battle happening between sales and marketing, right? So how do you, build the right bridge between sales and marketing so that they're perfectly aligned and there's only success rather than conflict?
I think that gap is already diminishing, honestly. I'm very fortunate to work with organizations who value marketing and doesn't look as a support function. We are part of strategic
Right.
team, right? So I don't think there is a gap. Only thing is the gap is in terms of deliverables. So for us, it is both awareness and demand gen. But for sales, it is only demand. Okay, so it's just that how they are gold.
Yeah.
There's no gap. This is a misconception that there is a gap between sales and marketing. We have always worked together. In fact, sales has been very supportive in terms of doing any marketing activity, getting involved, being our spokesperson. And honestly, as a leader, as a marketing leader, I would not say it's a gap. It's just that it is our day-to-day work, right? We are gold on something else, they are gold on something. But however, having said that, the ultimate goal remains the same, which is to get business.
Got it. But has there been any instance where you've, tried
a
to
lot. I used to kind of be in battle with sales, this is my lead, this has come from marketing efforts.
Yeah.
But I would think that's a healthy conversation to have, because that keeps a check on you also
As well, right?
as a team.
Yeah, because I think you like to see what's happening with the leads coming through marketing, and your team have to be after it. Otherwise,
I just cannot get away with that responsibility, right? I just can't say, okay, sales is not supportive, my leads are not working. No, you have to have an introspection of your own marketing strategy. And of course, salespeople are the field power, right? They know the customer pulse. Now, marketing is also a customer facing function. It is no more a, field only function.
Yeah.
We have to talk to customers, we take feedback, we do a lot of surveys, research. That injects what we build as a marketing campaign. So I don't think there is a gap. It's just that how we function.
Yeah.
And it is a healthy conversation to have for every marketer, that what is relevant, what is not relevant. You have to have a benchmark.
Got it. But I'm just trying to see if I can get anything out of you. There's been a campaign where you gave in the best leads, but you felt the sales guys didn't do justice to it.
No, it happens. I will not say it's zero, but it happens, right? And it's not that we are 100% perfect, right? Or not they are perfect. Sometimes what happens is, if you're working on a big project and then big campaign, and then suddenly the volume of the leads are high, right? You talk to the sales, tell them, okay, you have to follow up and give us the results. But it doesn't happen that way, right? They have their own jobs to do.
Exactly.
Okay, so you have to be patient with the team. I think the entire ecosystem, how it works, it's very difficult to say that, okay, we gave our 100%, but nothing worked out. No. Everywhere, there is something which is a missing piece.
Got it.
Some campaigns, in spite of being low efforts, they work marvelously. So it's all about how the ecosystem around you, how you're working, which platform you're working. So I'm participating for MIT's event for the first time, but I know you guys are there in the market since 29 years. So, it is upon me to figure out where my customer lies, where should I go. That is not sales charter.
Yeah. So, see, since we are talking about events and, Exito is into events. So from your perspective, what do you think, or rather put the question this way, how do you think events have really helped you? And how do you create, sometimes I think you create your own events, right? How do you create the most impactful events? And how do you think events have really helped in terms of marketing campaigns?
So I think from events perspective, I think they will still be the most sought out tool for any marketer to reach out to the audience. The only thing which has changed is the format. Now people look at more intimate setting rather than going to a trade show, meeting thousands
of people.
It is nowadays more focused, more towards what you kind of think about. At least now people want to talk. They want to have conversation.
Yeah.
It's just not one-way story. Okay, someone is presenting, I am viewing, that's it. Event is over. That is no more happening. Every CIO, every customer you call for an event, they want to participate.
Right.
They want to have an opinion. That can only happen in a focused, closed door sessions. So events still they are influential, and it is no deal will close without having a face-to-face time. That is for sure. People just don't sign up virtually, right?
Exactly.
You have to meet your audience.
Yeah, what I believe is, marketing campaigns are great digitally, but putting a face to the conversation always helps.
Absolutely.
Right?
And you have to tie your digital efforts to your events efforts.
Exactly.
Whatever funnel coming in through your digital, they should be invited to your events. So it is a flow.
So it's a 360-degree approach, right?
It's 360.
Right. And I think, events are fun, right? Sometimes you travel, create, great experiences. You rub shoulders with some, very senior folks in the industry. But how do you create maximum impact after the event?
Correct. So post-event follow-ups are very important. When I say follow-ups, it's not only sales, it is also marketing's job to nurture and the contact. Build outreach plans, outreach campaigns. But then again, as per my opinion, I don't think we should overdo it, because what happens is we have already met the customer in the event, right? Now, if post-event you kind of keep on sending them a lot of information, which is again confusing them, right? You've had a conversation in the event. I think the story should build from that conversation. So you can have personalized mailers. You can have personalized touch points. I think that from that perspective, AI can help us, right? What this customer wants, right? What he wants to hear.
Exactly.
So those kind of conversation and follow-ups are required, because event in itself will not get you conversion. You have to, some clients will say, okay, okay, fine, I heard you, you are a good brand, but I'm already working with someone else. So how do you crack that? So then it doesn't make sense for us as marketers to send some information which is very generic, right? Because he understands technology. He doesn't want to hear technology. Okay, we are good in Wi-Fi, we are good in, switching, whatever.
How are you solving his problem?
How do you solve his problem? How do you solve his problem?
His pain points.
So those are the conversations I think sales also needs to build in, because when they are sending emails or when they are sending out outreach platform mailers, they need to understand. I mean, they cannot do mail blast. That is
old
what
school.
The thing is. Yeah.
I think this is very interesting for everybody, even who's watching, and even for me. I think AI is catching up so much.
Yes.
And I think the most basic tool everybody, I think even in your organization, might be using is ChatGPT. I think to some extent it is spoiling people, but I think it is also helping at the same time, right? I think we are able to do a lot of tasks much faster than what we could do earlier. So what do you think is evolving in this landscape, right? And how do you think it is also helping you guys?
So as marketer, I don't really find, ChatGPT that beneficial, because whatever content it creates, I think you still have to look into it, figure out whether it is proofread, whether it meets your brand, So ChatGPT is good only if you have a basic product, like which is a more B2C or a more simpler one to sell. But for technology marketers, it will take some time for ChatGPT to evolve. Because when I say Wi-Fi technology, Wi-Fi 7 is coming up. They have already launched Wi-Fi 8 building. So those kind of insights, the technology conversations which I want to have with my customers, ChatGPT, they will just pull in data what is existing. So it will not be telling me, what is coming in the future. If I have to excite my customer, I have to also tell him, okay, this is the future. You should go towards this. Like Wi-Fi 7 in India, I think government has already opened the band for us.
Yeah.
They will be coming up with the 6 gigahertz and 7 gigahertz.
I saw even Starlink has got approval to operate in India.
So those kind of conversations, if you have to have, and then, India, what is relevant?
Yeah.
We still don't have that band open for us. So what impact it will create, if you don't have actual knowledge, ChatGPT will give you what is based on the data which is existing.
But just coming to that point, do you think, the marketing team is also getting consolidated and a lot of tasks are being able to be, automated through AI?
Yeah, absolutely. Automation is the best thing which has happened, I think, in terms of platforms we use, in terms of dashboards we use, in terms of
collating data,
and then also presenting, to the customers or to the internal stakeholders.
Yeah.
So I think from that perspective, it has done a good job for us. Only thing is, it will take some time to evolve. How we want to use it is up to us. But when you are, it definitely saves time, right? If you have to create a mailer campaign, or if you have to create, let's say, a presentation deck, obviously it saves your time. It will definitely give you all the templates, everything, but you still have to go into it, look into it, do a lot of stuff on your own.
Yeah.
So it will take time. Okay, you cannot just be dependent on ChatGPT.
But do you use bots? For example, I heard a lot of companies now using bots to automate a lot of tasks.
So bots, we have our internal bot, for Ruckus. What they do is, let's say a customer or a partner wants to generate overall, quotation about a product or understand why we are better than our competition. So our bot works that query and then it answers the question. So we have created our own.
Okay.
There are a lot of other in the market as well, but we have our own bot.
Got it. So if you had to rewind back and go back to your younger self, right? What is one piece of advice would you give to your younger self?
I don't look that old, but still okay. I think advice I would give is you have to be on top of your game. You have to learn continuously.
Mm-hmm.
Some things which you forget while doing your day-to-day operations job is you forget learning. I think I started late in my career. I started pick up things which are related to my work profile, but still, out of my job role. But you never shy away with doing things experimental.
Right.
That is what advice I will give to my younger self, I think.
And I think for many watching, if people want to get into marketing, right, and are looking to take up, marketing as a specialization, why would you advise them to choose marketing as their career?
So, I think everyone will have their own bent towards marketing, but something for me, it drives you as an individual. I think if you make marketing as your passion, you will understand there is a lot more which other functions, I would not say may not have, but they don't experience that. We come across array of activities wherein you kind of create lot of touch points with your customers, with your internal stakeholders, your partners, your communities. So I don't think there is any other profession which gives you that spectrum of exposure. So that is what drives me as a marketer. I think everyone would have their own individual goals to choose marketing but for me, I think passion to talk to people, start a conversation and make that conversation result in something.
Yeah.
That is what drives me.
Got it. No, from my perspective, I think, a good skill to have when you step into marketing is to know how to sell. Practically be in the shoes of a sales guy to understand, how you can market something for them, right? So what do you think from your perspective is a good skill to have for marketing?
Yes, absolutely. If you don't know your product, if you don't know what you're selling, you cannot sell. As a marketer also, it's not only meant for sales. I think you should have a thorough knowledge. Doesn't matter it is technical or non-technical or, doesn't, because everyone has to learn from scratch when you start your job. It is not, when I was there with my previous company, it was a different proposition altogether, which we were selling. This company, it is different. So, it is with each role you pick up, you have to learn. It has to be a continuous process. I think, like sales also, if they don't know, what product is all about, then we will not be able to position it. Yeah. So for marketers, it applies the same. You need to learn what you are selling.
Because I think marketing is an evolving subject.
Yes.
The trends are changing every month or rather every week. Customers' sentiments change.
Yes. Technology is changing very rapidly.
Technology is changing rapidly.
Now you have 5 gigahertz. Tomorrow you'll have 6.
Yeah.
Day after tomorrow 7, 8. You don't know.
Yeah, and also the way customers are reacting is also changing because it's a crowded place, a lot of noise, so much of content being thrown at them. For them to react, I think you have to keep studying them, right? Right. And I think, like you said, I think fixing their pain points is primary. Right. Also throwing the right content at them where they can actually take away something from it is also which is very important. As you are right now in Ruckus, I think you completed 3 years is what you told us. Can you tell us something exciting that is coming up at Ruckus, which I think all of us would like to know?
I think we launched something exciting last year. We were the first Wi-Fi 7 access point innovator to be launched in the market. No competition of ours has launched it till then. This year I don't have a visibility, but we are already working on getting Wi-Fi 7 to India as well, because as part of the networking community, as part of the networking leader community, government also is pushing a lot towards Wi-Fi 7 and advantages of Wi-Fi 7, how organizations can benefit out of that. So I think that will be an exciting thing to come up, and then see how it gets affected by the entire.
How do you think Starlink will change the game in India?
Starlink, yeah, they're growing, but let's see, because it's a long journey.
Great. I think anything else you would like to share with our audience, or any takeaways before we end this podcast?
Takeaways is like, there's no black and white matrix which defines marketing. Every product, every solution has a different marketing matrix which needs to be followed. So you cannot say that, okay, this worked for me, this will work for you as well.
Yeah.
So it depends on a lot of other factors, as I was mentioning, during the break, that there are a lot of macroeconomic and microeconomic environmental factors which affect. And for global organizations, we have to keep in mind the local sentiments, the regional sentiments. You cannot just say, okay, this works for US, so this will work for Asia Pacific. No.
Yeah. And at least from my opinion, in marketing, even you might be the best brand in the world, out of sight is out of mind, right? So you have to be seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So that's why I think it starts there. I think we all need to put ourselves out there. It could be our brands, or even if we are a personal brand, we need to put ourselves out there as much as possible, so that people are aware that you exist in the market. And I think after that, you can, start refining your marketing goals.
So I think vertical alignment is important for us, at least as an organization. You need to present customer what they want to hear, not what we want to tell. So that is what I will say.
Perfect. I think perfect words to summarize this podcast. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And all the best in your journey at Ruckus and further.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching our podcast. Do share, comment, like, give us feedback, so that we can come up with better and interesting conversations with marketeers. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.